Okay folks, welcome back. This is your old pal Hondo doing another video for you. This is on the Zebco Legacy 1996. Zebco Legacy from 1996. We're going to show you how to disassemble it and for maintenance, and how to put it back together so you can maintenance your granddaddy's old reel. Okay folks, a little bit of history on this Zebco 33. This was the Legacy. It was made through the 90s. This is what replaced the Zebco 33 Classic Feather Touches. And these were really good reels. They made these all the way up to 2002 until they replaced them with the Authentics. This one was made in America. This one right here has the little switch right here, the skinny, narrow switch, where most of the imports that were coming in 2003 had the bigger knob and longer body and the different handle crank. Now all the American handle cranks were flat pieces of metal like this, and this is a really good example of the Legacy. They did make them for a long time, so you could still find these. We'll show you how to take them apart. But it did come with one ball bearing and one pickup pin, and it did have an SLD drag as well, which is basically the same drag they still use in modern Zebcos, disc drag. It's a metal and plastic disc drag. And we'll take the cover off, and right here is the spinner cone. Still in good shape after all these years, and it's I guess satin. It's sort of a chrome finish, sorta. Once you do that, you put it on the lowest drag setting, so it drops the little bars down. So you can take off the drag, the little disc go down, and then you hold the handle down and twist the head off. It's just like a modern Zebco, and the spinner head will come off. Then you take your screwdriver and put it right there to get this pin out. Now these older Zebcos had a little plastic sleeve that went on the top, so you didn't really need a washer system on top of this one like the older ones did. Like in the 80s they used the washer system, but this one didn't need it. And you just take that off, and they had like a small little this is the bar right here that is the drag washer. So when you put it back on, it's got to go on like this, on this little spot right here. It has to be laid right back on there. This is the same bar they use in the 202s and the 404s. The drag washer that they use in the 202s and the 404s and the 606s. So it's a pretty good concept. It's been around. They used it in this 33. And now once you do that, you can take the handle off. We got a size 8 wrench, size 10 wrench will do. Hold the handle down like this and wrench the nut off. And once the nut's off, you just remove the handle crank like that. There's no washer. There's like there's a set of washers underneath the handle crank, so be careful about that. And a small metal star washer right here on top. Just remember where those go. And now you can remove the back plate. Okay, there it goes. This one's a little sticky. I don't know why it does that. It comes right off. And once you take that off, you see the gears. Very simple gears. This is just like the 1980 ones that I've did reviews on before. Very simple gear system to take it apart. First thing you want to take out is the small plastic gear holder, and once you do that, You can take out the pinion gear. Pinion gear just falls out. You can put that in a small tub and clean it with a toothbrush. You clean all that with a toothbrush. And you have to remove this little switch here. To remove this little switch here so you can remove the pawl. There's a little right here on top of that switch. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little mechanism. When you turn it down, you can take a small tool and push it out like that. I'm about to lose parts here. Once you do that, you can take this little interrupter gear out, which is the pawl, anti-reverse pawl switch. It just drops right out. I'll show you how to put it back in after I'm done. And right here, this is the most important part. You're going to need a small screwdriver for this job. I like taking a very small screwdriver and you put it in between this in between here, and you just push that little sleeve out right there, and it should just come right out. If it doesn't, it's kind of stuck. Take a pair of pliers and just gently try to push it out like so. See, it comes right out. And this gear should fall right out after that. Once you get that out, you can put the body in some soapy water and dishwashing liquid and scrub it out with a toothbrush on both ends if it's really bad. Put this in a small bowl with soapy water. Clean all this up, you know, and put some oil and grease on it, and it should be like brand new after you do that, because sometimes the grease on this will get clogged up and become hard as a rock, and the function of the reel won't work then. So you'll be alright. Now we're going to reassemble this reel. You want to put it in the groove end first, right in here, and it goes in like so. You put that end in there with the groove in it. You replace the gear wheel goes in first. Then you put the grease and groove end in first, and then you push it down as far as it'll go in there, like so, and push it in there until it goes. Alright, that's good enough. And now we're going to reassemble the entire gear mechanism again. Now that little reverse pawl has to go in this little sleeve back here. Wrong. Actually goes in there like this. That was a rookie mistake. Sorry. That was what I was having an issue with. I put it in there wrong. We'll fix that. And put it back over there like that. You push that little switch that's on the back of the wheel down on there like that, and that should do it. Yeah, that's a little bit a pain in the butt. Once you get it down, you won't do that again. I haven't cleaned this reel in a long time. Try to test it out, and there you go, it works. It's a little rough, but it works. Okay. Anti-reverse switch on. See if that works. Yep, it's working. Yep. Now you can replace the little plastic switch behind the wheel here, which pushes the reel out a little bit. Now we'll test it out again just to make sure it's not a fluke. Okay, that's good. To put the pinion gear back in, and goes right back in there. The pinion gear goes back in there, and put the back cover back on like that. We'll replace the drag washer. Drag washer falls right down there first. And then you put on the metal washer and then the plastic washer if they come off. And the spool should go right on there like that. And you should be able to put the little plastic washer on there as well. Make sure the drag setting is all the way low. And replace the small pin in the top like that. Replace the handle. Small black washer on top of there like that. Handle crank and another small star washer goes right there on top of that, and the small nut goes right on top of the handle crank. You know, get it hand tight before you winch it all the way down. And tighten it down. Don't want to tighten it too much, just enough where it's tight so it doesn't get loose on you when you're fishing. And at this point you can take the spinner cone, hold the handle down like that with the other side of your hand and push it down tight. And just tight enough to where it's not going to fall out of the it's not going to sling off the reel here. And put the front cover on it, and that's good to go. That's as clean as this reel will ever get. Once you take it apart and put the parts in a small bath and scrub it with a toothbrush, that's clean enough for these reels. And then re-lube everything with bearing grease and Vaseline on the spinner head. You don't need to put grease on the spinner head, you can just use Vaseline. It's a lot easier on the spinner head. And she works the bait alerts on. Right here was the bait alert on these reels. Right here you clicked it over and there's a small anti-reverse switch right here that was the bait alert bait runner switch. Now the more modern ones have the 2-in-1 button on top, which I think that's a better design than the button here and the button here for the bait alert, but still it's a far better reel in quality than the modern reels are, and I recommend you buy these and use these over the modern ones because they're just a lot better. They'll last you a lot longer. Okay folks, this has been another disassemble of the 1996 Legacy Zebco 33. If you like this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. This has been your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. You put God first, he puts you first every time. And you know what else, YouTube? God loves you, so does Hondo. Peace out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.